Welcome back to Funny
Dusty
Punch Arcade.
Vag. Oh, welcome back.
This is Thomas with another cool Sonic 06 video. We're playing Shadow.
Let's do this shit.
Let's do it. This is Thomas with another cool
Are you
video.
channeling your inner critical?
I'm channeling all horrible YouTubers.
Whoa!
hey, I like critical, but I mean
okay.
like
just like the average
like those
Let's
like
Player.
those online tutorials.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
So
hey
weird.
guys, how you doing? Killer 134 with another tutorial on how to set up your microphone. And then he's on his desktop for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's just like
got some,
showing how he set up the recording because he's just so impressed with himself.
He's got like some creepy like anime picture.
I'm gonna have to change my desktop background. Right now, my desktop background is the Korean Vocaloid CU.
That's probably okay.
She's not a very like revealing anime character, so I guess it's not creepy.
Just keep telling yourself that, Dan.
I know, right? Like
I kid.
I have been enabled to this point. I think this is as weeby as I'll ever get in life. Though. I don't even
See, you say that.
No, I really think so. I think I'm.
You've hit your weeb limit.
Have hit my weeb limit, where
Your
I
weebit?
can my weebit. Yeah, my elobit, just like the game. No, but I think there's a point where I've reached where I'm just like, yeah.
Sit through those guys.
This is fine.
Oh.
What the fuck?
No, it can't be this way.
Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah, maybe it is.
You got it.
This is so obnoxious.
The turning looks awful in this
Yeah,
game.
it is. Ah!
Oh man, just like
I bet you can
XXX,
skip all
seat in
these.
theaters now.
I bet you can just skip.
Maybe like
I
if
saw a
you
preview
just
for
know the
Triple
path.
X.
Have you seen the first one? It's so dumb.
I can imagine. It was so silly. And then we saw a preview for the Fate of the Fury.
The Fate of the Furious.
How could you do this? You're
And there's
really
like-
gonna turn your back? Yeah, that was the worst kiss I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
Family.
And then Dwayne The Rock Johnson's like, and then he shoots like a big bazooka out of his chest or something.
Yeah,
I will say this.
that's like the anime of car movies.
I mean, yeah.
It's an anime.
Living in the city.
Think about it. Like, in the beginning of that franchise, it was about street racing.
Yeah,
now they're like a
there was,
superhero, like Black Ops unit.
Yeah. It started out following this one character who essentially was like undercover cop trying to take down the street racing, and then he becomes family with them, right? He loves them. And in the end, like the end of the first Fast and Furious, spoiler alert, they just kind of walk away from each other, I guess. Because like
It was never meant to be.
it was like a race or whatever. And then in
Shit.
Too Fast, Too Furious, it's just like, yeah, so
Shit.
that was a good time, right? And I'm like,
Shit.
yeah, I guess. And those are the
Fuck.
only ones I saw.
I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
But I do like that. It is the one sort of big blockbuster franchise now that has a huge, like mixed race cast.
Yeah.
You know, it is the sort of the superhero franchise with the most diverse cast in Hollywood, which is an accomplishment.
Yeah. Definitely.
And I think that's
Penis
motivating
guard
change.
activated.
I just don't think it's really fair of you to say that, Kevin, when we're playing the most diverse group in video game history.
Oh man, we've
You
got
didn't even comment on how this is so diverse. We have artificial intelligence, easily the most feared
Bat
culture.
boobs.
Culture.
Bat boobs. We have
bat
Black
boobs.
Man.
Yep.
We have Sonic, who I think is Hispanic. We have
Are you sure?
Sonic, who
Are
I
you
think
sure
is
that's
Hispanic.
Sonic?
I'm playing Sonic right now.
This is Sonic, yeah.
Where the fuck? Okay.
Dead.
Ooh, no.
What was the point of that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it didn't give you a platform.
Just gave me rings.
Well,
Better
oh,
be
you gotta
careful.
do this again.
Better be careful
Oh,
not to
boy.
get up in the sand wave.
Yeah, get the combos in. Make sure you don't mess up.
I do like that I can do that and suspend my movement.
Yeah, that's some good tech.
See,
Really,
I moved.
I think Smash Bros. Could really learn from that.
Oh boy.
Oh, fuck. Dude, you're screwed.
Yeah, it's like I'm not
watch
gonna
this,
get
watch this.
far enough.
Watch this.
Have to dash again.
Oh.
Oh man, wow.
This game's...
Where's the sand wave?
This is moments, like levels like these in games that like one little thing sets you all the way back really peeves my peen. I tell you that much.
Why is it a little hard?
Right? It shouldn't be hard. It just is because it's annoying.
I just suck.
No.
I'm just a suck.
Thomas, don't say
Well,
that. Don't say that.
I suck.
the difficult part about this one is literally like that jump over there is too far, and then using the dash to get over there is the idea, but then you do the dash and movement gets all fucky.
Yeah.
This is Dr. Ro. That was cool.
Take him.
This is Dr. Roblochnik with another robot video.
Yeah, this is
I'm gonna show you how to
this is
program
Super
your
Gamma.
flying robot.
This is Super Gamma Fuckface with another sick video. I'm dead. Although I'm
wow.
not. You can redo it.
It like,
You can do this to stay in the air forever.
yeah, because you start to descend faster if you hold it too
Have
long.
to kill them all.
Probably. You are a robot meant to destroy.
Why can't he shoot straight?
I'm going to die.
I don't know.
This is stupid.
Maybe because
We can't make fun of his
he was
ability.
made by Robotnik.
Can't make fun of his ability to make babies.
Yeah.
Dead.
Operation fail.
Fuck.
Wait, can I go up? Am I going up?
No, you're
No, you're
going
going
down
down.
This
very
is hard.
slowly.
Oh,
This is so difficult.
this game.
Better not get in the sand wave.
Yeah, that would blow. Hate to do this part again.
So we saw, to change the subject, I was slightly going back. We saw all these great movie previews.
What were you seeing?
When we were at Studio Movie Grill.
What were you seeing?
We're seeing.
Most overrated place on the planet.
I've never been to Studio Movie
It's my
Grill.
first
I've
time.
been to Hollywood Boulevard where they serve you food.
I thought that place was better.
Yeah, I like Hollywood Boulevard's all right.
Cause alright, so
Their system's a little weird. Having worked at a movie theater, I find it upsetting that I don't really get how they set up everything. So, but what was Studio Movie Grill like,
so
and
studio.
what did you see?
I like Studio Movie. I mean, it was cool because it was like I don't know, the food was okay. But I don't want.
I
people,
enjoyed
I just
my
don't want
food.
people walking on the sides as I'm watching a movie.
Yeah,
walking in
yeah,
front.
I
I mean,
get
they didn't
that.
do it a lot. There wasn't a lot of walking in front
I
of the
get that.
screen.
Don't commit to going out.
Yeah,
Thank you.
What is?
It's you gotta go all the way around.
Yeah, but when I went all the way around the first time, it didn't have.
I'm guessing there was a platform that came up that we didn't see
Probably
or
have to kill some
something.
guy.
Oh yeah, you probably have to kill him.
No.
Fucker, he's probably Lord of the Platforms.
Oh, okay. Thanks, camera.
Yeah.
We saw Patriot Day.
Oh man, how was that?
It was okay.
It's
but
okay.
So with that kind of movie, you know, it's hard to critique it because people will get offended if you say
Right,
something.
I know, and I will say that for part of the reason I do hate movies like that because they make it and it's like if you have a bad opinion about this movie, you know, you're just un-American. How dare you? You honestly didn't care about this event. And it's like I did care about the event when it happened in real life. I don't need you to make money off of it.
It's not even about like the patriotism, just out of respect for the people
Right.
who like got hurt,
Right.
you know. And I think they handled that fine.
Okay.
But just like it was
Well, here's the Matt what's his fucking name?
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
That's it. His character was made up.
yeah, he's a made up guy.
He wasn't
not a real person.
Wasn't a real person within there, which my dad had a good point on maybe that the actual person who did the things that I mean, there was probably a lot of people who did the things that he did, but maybe there was one specific person who like didn't want their name to be
I could see
put
that.
out there,
Oh, for sure.
so
Yeah.
they, you know.
Let's jump back a little bit to contextualize because I know we do have some viewers who maybe are not familiar with this event, but in 2013 during a marathon in Boston.
Yes, the Boston
two-
Marathon. Do they call it? This
It's the Boston Marathon.
bomber, but do they call it the Boston Marathon like massacre or
I think
just
it's
the
just the
bombing?
I think it's
So they
the
just call it the Boston Marathon bombing.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure. Either way, so
I don't know where to go.
some bombs go off at the tail end of the
Yes.
event.
And they find who did it.
It's a big manhunt over the course of
There was two
like
people,
less than a
right?
week. It ended up being two brothers.
Yes.
Who at first people were like, oh, is this terrorism? Is it whatnot? It sort of, I guess they classify it in the end as terrorism, but they
don't think
also say like it was just some cowardly motherfuckers who were
I classify
motivated by them.
that is terrorism. I don't think, and I'm sure this isn't what you were meaning, but just as like a general thing, I don't classify terrorism as they have to be from a different country or anything like that. I think that we can have people who are American be terrorists within our own country.
Well, no, and I say that because that's part of the story. Is
Yeah.
all of the departmental guys that get involved, they're like, listen, people are asking, what do we call this? We don't really have leads right now. If we call it terrorism, and then people like will start
assuming.
People will outlash at the Muslim community,
Right.
and it's like, if we get this wrong, there's serious implications.
Exactly.
So they didn't know what to call
so
it.
It's very tricky.
Yeah, but
It's a dangerous time for stuff like that
yes.
to happen.
So, you know, the movie details a lot of real life people involved in it, and then Mark Wahlberg as generic cop guy,
classic Wahlberg,
hometown hero type
every
of
character
dude.
he always plays.
Yes,
He was good though. I think he was very good.
No, he. There was one scene where he was just kind of breaking down, next to his wife about like this kid who got one of the people who died. Yeah, it was an 8-year-old kid, and he just starts breaking down. I was like, all right, good scene. But there's one part of the actual story where the two guys, the two bombers, wow, that was gutsy, hijack this guy's car and bringing the guy along with them. And then he escapes while they're at a gas station. And then Mark Wahlberg like goes and finds that guy and helps get a lead of where the bombers are going. And it's like, there was probably a real person who did that.
Yeah.
And they didn't get credit. Now, my dad raised the good point saying, well, maybe they didn't want credit.
Right.
And that's fair, but I don't know. Maybe that should have been like stated somewhere. Otherwise, I just feel like people got shafted. When the movie's supposed to be about the hardworking people just doing their jobs.
Right. It's making movies about events like that are very tricky. And I think that if you make them, they should be respectful, tasteful movies. And I think
that's another thing.
And I think that they shouldn't be over dramatized to the point of making it seem unrealistic, like the Pearl Harbor movie.
Oh yeah.
Like that. Very little actual things that happened in that movie that actually happened at Pearl Harbor, and people will see that movie and be like, "This is what happened." And it's like, really? Like, you're gonna just not? Like, people will see that movie and they'll be like, "Okay, all this happened because all you have to do is put a little lie and a whole bunch of truth, and people will buy all of it." That's how that works. But yeah.
And that was another thing Thomas and I both had issue with the movie. It was kind of at odds with itself because a lot of times it was committed to reality and like respecting people, and at the end of the movie they had interviews with like the actual people.
Are you
that was fucking dumb. Involved. What?
I don't really get that.
You did it at the top.
Is disgusting.
Okay.
This is a bad
Is that
game.
like a power meter?
This is a bad game.
This is a bad game. What the fuck? Okay,
just
do
let
it a little bit later.
Don't touch anything and just let it
Okay,
go.
never mind. Do it as early as possible, I guess. Ah, fuck. What was it? Okay, so
like
they have
an
like
action
interviews
movie
with real people and stuff. And then throughout the movie, there were like all these attempts at humor and stuff. And then there's this moment, which I thought was the end of the movie, ended up being like. So that's another thing. It was way too long.
Oh yeah, it was. It's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it was so
gross.
long.
Not that that's always a bad thing, but
No,
certain
but
movies
this
don't need
was-
to be
it
that
kind of
long.
just dragged.
This was way more than
Yeah.
necessary. There's this point where the two bombers are in like a small town outside of Boston.
All right.
And the cops find them, and then they have this huge shootout. And it was that point where I think Thomas and I were
They
both
went to
like,
jail, right?
What? One of them died.
One of them died,
and
one of them went to jail.
One of them is
One of them
sentenced,
is sentenced
to death, and he's still alive, right?
Yeah, I mean that waiting list for like
Ooh, clutch.
smart.
Clutch.
The waiting list to like be, I guess, put down in human terms
Fucking
is
weird.
really long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get on that list and it's like, well, almost what's the point sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
It actually costs more money
Yeah,
to
right.
harbor a death row person
Right.
than it is to just kill them.
And, you know, some of that too is, I feel like just prison in general is so overpopulated that we need to kind of fix some laws or something. Like, I'm a kind of off topic. I don't think all drugs should be legal, but I do think that most, if not all, should be decriminalized, so
Silly.
that way they can spend no money on a lot less money on like the drug force, and then be like, oh, here's a bunch of just different types of rehab for you, to help you get rid of your addiction, and so that way there's a less chance for you to do it again, you know? Like, so you can get help instead of just being sent to jail at the same time as murderers and rapists, you know?
What a discussion to have while playing Sonic 06.
Sonic really brings out the thought side, you
Well, I
know?
think, you know-
And I don't even, like, what I hate about stuff, too, is that, like, I don't know what that decriminalizing whatever stands under party-wise, but that's just, like, what I think, not to affiliate myself to a party. I'm just like, yeah, no, like, that makes sense to me type deal, you know?
Yeah. Oh, and there it is.
But
Very end of that.
anything that helps people, because then we have the problem of like, hey, here's prison, and we get paid for how many inmates we have, so we want you to go back out there and break law so we can have you back in again when your sentence is over. So,
I got a B.
nice job.
Thank you.
That's what I want in grades. That's
Well,
cool.
Close. We'll wrap up the Patriots Day stuff then, and then call this one an episode. But yeah.
Wait, you saw Patriots Day over La La Land, Thomas?
We didn't have a choice, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like every now and again we go on these like my dad's like, let's do a family thing today, and we're like, okay,
Well,
let's
that's
go
nice.
see Patriots Day. Last time we did a big one like that, it was Mr. Popper's Penguins.
that was like 5.
We were too old for that.
There's no
then.
such thing as too old for that.
I was too old for that.
A movie. I'm gonna go see Monster Trucks and, you know,
I swear, 5 days ago you were like, "Fuck, I'm not seeing Monster Road."
no, my thing with
man.
Monster Trucks is that it shouldn't be busy, but it's ridiculously busy.
Yeah,
it's
it's-
sold out, and I
I
don't
am
understand why.
shocked.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
All right, well, next time
Next time in the
Next
arcade.
time, yeah.
we're gonna fight this guy. I think this is the end of the show.
Patriots Day wanted to commit to reality, but also wanted to be a funny action thriller.
Dumb.
You can't do that.